Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here. I know it's been a little bit of a break, but it's a get ready with me. I have everything on my face done. I'm just gonna focus on eyes today, and I'm gonna play with this one. I really like this palette. I think she should continue to do this like on a regular basis. A little over half the price of a 10 pan. And I really don't care if the packaging, it doesn't look that special. Like, this is good enough for me. But we're gonna get into it today. So we can get back into the swing of things here. Really didn't feel that long of a break, to be honest. It's kind of a good thing because I had a string of like things I needed to get done in my personal life. I'm gonna pop a video. Hopefully I know how to do the whole transfer thing, but I filmed a video when I was at the beach. I had gone to an appointment, and this was a later appointment, so it was closer to lunchtime, and afterwards I had to drop lunch off to my brother, and so I was already getting really hungry, so I just parked at one of the closest beaches I can get to. So I'll insert the clip here and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Hey guys, I wanted to make this quick video. The cops just passed by, but they're probably gonna do what I'm doing right now, which is just sitting at the beach underneath a tree, looking at the ocean and having my lunch. So I just finished eating. I had sushi for lunch and I didn't want to wait to go home. I wanted to eat it while it was still hot. So I had sushi, have kombucha with me. I haven't had that in a while, so I just picked it up. But I'm underneath a tree, I'm parked, and I'm gonna show you just how close I can get to the water. And I just enjoy myself. There's like practically no one here, and we're an island, so you can do this everywhere basically. But this is my view. So this is what I am looking at. There's the water, ocean. It's a really bright sunny day here. It's been like this pretty consistently, but here's my shade, some trees, and then some people there parked, probably eating lunch as well. Just clear water. I mean, yeah, it's 10 steps from the water. I can literally just go for a swim if I wanted to, but it's too hot and I'm not ready. I just came from an appointment. But I wanted to show you guys that I meant what I said when you can literally just park at the beach. There's no need to like park half a mile away, worry about if you're gonna get a spot. Like I could reverse my car, open the trunk, and just sit there and enjoy the sound of the water. So those are some of the perks of living in such a small island. So there you go. That's my day at the beach, just having lunch. I don't think you were able to see the cops behind me, but they literally just passed by, and they do that at all the beaches. You kind of just, you know, scan and make sure everything's going all right. But there was barely anyone at the beach. It was Thursday. Yeah, it was a Thursday afternoon. It was hot as balls, but I was in the car with air conditioner. Oh, by the way, I have a couple of my packages coming in. I got my new mic. I got this new remote because my old one, which helped me just record my videos from here, so I don't have to stretch over there. I got my Grande Lash serums and the McGrath stuff, and I think I should be getting my MAC stuff either tomorrow or Tuesday, and I don't want to do a video with that. All my Ulta stuff will eventually come, maybe April, May. You know, I don't know if I'm ready to go back to doing videos, but it's also like, you know, when you have Christmas break from school, right? You go back to school, and when you start, it doesn't feel right. Like you just want to go back to just taking a break. But I do need to get back into the swing of things if I want to continue with my plan of being consistent on YouTube, and I was for quite a while. I mean, 3 videos a week, that's a lot, especially if you're the only one doing everything. I tried to film this video before and it didn't feel right. Like I started filming and then I got to a point where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to turn off the camera. I don't want to continue. That's exactly what I did. During the break, I pretty much just did my thing. Got caught up with a lot of the shows that I watch. It's weird because you would look at me and you wouldn't think that I like the shows that I do, but SVU, Law and Order, SVU. SUV is a car. Stop it. But I became obsessed with that show in college. I didn't really know that much about it when I was in high school. And it was already on air. But in college, I would binge watch that show, and I still watch it till this day. And so the new episode just came out. I'm so excited because they took a break again. They just came back in January. We saw like 6 episodes, and then they took another break. Stop that. I love first responder stuff. Like I also watch 911, and then the 911 in Texas, I think. That one I'm not too like into, but I've seen a few episodes already. I also watch The Rookie, Chicago PD. Started getting into The Good Doctor. Oh my gosh, that just reminded me. In college, my roommates were obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. I liked it and I watched it, but I mean, I didn't care if I missed an episode, you know, but they would DVR it every time it came on. Because of that, because I knew that they could, you know, rewind, fast forward, all of that, I would hang out in the hallway and they're watching the show, and I would walk in right in front of the television and I would pretend I was about to start doing the hula, and then I would dance, and they're like, get out of the way. And my roommates were my friends from high school. We lived together in an apartment and it was amazing. Definitely some of the best memories I've ever had. I feel like with like new releases, it doesn't seem as much as I was expecting, you know, 2021 to be. I think the year started off feeling like there were going to be a lot of releases, but as we like get into the year, it doesn't feel like it normally does with releases. And I'm not complaining because I don't buy as much makeup as I used to, but when you're so used to seeing just release after release, you kind of wonder like, why are things slowing down? That's why I'm kind of tempted to just do my new makeup releases every 3 weeks, because the past 2 times I've done it, I feel like I run through trend mood really quickly. What did I talk about in the other video? I feel like I had more to say in that one. Guys, how are vaccinations rolling out where you're from? Whether that be, you know, whatever state you're in, your country. What is it like with you guys? We've been vaccinating since January, I think it was. Yeah, it had to have been January because my aunt and my dad got theirs in January, their first doses. And as of right now, everyone in my family, my immediate family, has gotten it, the ones that live on island, except for me, because they go in phases. So it's all the elderly and first responders. I think first responders were the very front of the list. If you work for an office, you work for the government, you work at a school, all those people are getting pushed out first. They're phase 1, and I have to wait till phase 3, which is the general public. But it's funny because one of my family members ended up getting the homebound service, and that's what it's called, but it's basically where you call in and say, hey, I can't go to the site physically. It's going to be difficult for them to do it. So they come to your house and you get vaccinated at home. And I'm thinking, guys, our population is about 58,000 spread amongst different islands, okay? We all don't just live on the same island, but about 59,000. And so far it's about 6,000 vaccinations already. But with the home service, I was kind of shocked because I was the one going to let people into the house. And they come to your house first and they register you the day before. So they came here, did the registration. I think it was 1 or 2 people, and I said, okay, that's what it's going to be tomorrow. They will just come administer the vaccination and then leave. The next day, a minivan comes, and then there's another van behind it. I'm like, oh, kind of strange. Like, why need the bus? But I'm not gonna say anything, right? And I'm just thinking again, we're such a small population. There's already like the COVID vaccination area at the hospital, and there's a lot of staff there already. So going home to home, you don't want to stretch out the staff too thin. I go outside and I greet the guy, the driver, and I said, right this way. And he said, okay, just give me a few seconds. And so I said, all right. And I came in and got everything ready. My family, everyone has their mask on. And I thought the guy was gonna come around. My goodness, it was a team. There was at least 5 or 6 people total that was doing the service. So they came in and into the house. I know there were other people outside, but into the house they had someone from the task force, and the task force are basically the people that are in charge of the entirety of COVID. So they are the ones that handle every COVID related thing, whether that's the quarantine, whether that's the vaccinations, everything COVID is handled by the task force. So they have a task force member, they have someone who administers the shot, they have a nurse, and they have an ENT male available, all in my house. And I'm like, what? Why do so many of you? I was not expecting it. I'm grateful. I'm thankful that they've done all of that to accommodate, the people who need the vaccination, but I wasn't expecting them to all come in. And then they had the PPEs and they observed for like 20 minutes, and I was so happy we had extra sodas in the fridge because I was thinking like, okay, there's gonna be 2 people, 2 sodas, and some fruits that they can take with them. But nope, there were more. It was more than 2. I'm just happy that service is getting done and that majority of my family has already been vaccinated. I'll just wait my turn. Oh, after my appointment, this thing scared the crap out of me. I leave my appointment and I'm gonna go get my food. I ordered sushi, and it's from this place that I haven't eaten from since before COVID. So it's been over a year, and this is not the story, but I went inside and the lady that usually helps me out, she's like, "Man, Annabelle." I'm like, "Oh, I know, it's been forever. I really miss your sushi." But I picked up my sushi. I'm wondering though, why there is a long line, and it is one of the longest, if not the longest line I have ever seen in my life on island. I would say it's probably, dare I say, it's even longer than the gas lines I saw when we first had the super typhoon, and that line was long, guys. But this was long, and then it would wind through the streets. There's so many cars, there's firemen, there's policemen everywhere. The lights are going, no sound, but the lights are going. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was thinking the worst, like there was maybe like a huge raid, there was a huge fire that I'm not seeing, and I start to freak out because I am headed in the direction where this line is going, but I don't know why they're stopping. Whilst I'm in that area where I got the sushi, I call my brother who happens to work for the government. And I'm like, "Look, do you know what's going on in this area?" And he's like, "Ha, I'm here. I'm here where you're talking about." I said, what's going on? And it was registration for food assistance. I guess my brother's office, they had put together a grant to purchase some food to give out to the community, and according to him, it's a good chunk of food. It's 50-pound bag of rice, I think, a case of chicken, like quarter legs, and then a whole bunch of like canned goods. And I think there were only a couple thousand to give out tickets wise, so they were registering people to get the tickets so that on a specific day they can pick it up. And this line was long, and I felt for my brother because they're not in an office, they're literally sitting under a pavilion by the beach, and it's hot. They're there all day. And it was nice because with this distribution, it wasn't like a whole bunch of paperwork. You basically had to bring your past 2 utility bills. That's it. And it was open to the public. You didn't have to be a US citizen. There I was though, sitting there thinking there was this massive raid. My mind goes straight to like danger. I think a grant for, my brother was explaining it to me, there's a grant for fishermen who have been affected by COVID, kind of like the unemployment system, but for fishermen, which, you know, quite a few people are, given that we are an island. But we also have the federal assistance, the unemployment thing. And then coming up, they are going to have the renter's assistance. So for people who are having difficulty getting their utility bills paid. Oh my goodness. I've been following the whole Texas thing for some time now. Are any of you from Texas? And if so, like, what would you recommend would be the best services to maybe donate to or something? Because I have been without electricity before for span of months. So no electricity, no water. But I experienced that because of a typhoon that passes in 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, you live through it and then you're able to start, you know, cleaning up. You can go to the store the day after and buy what you need. But I cannot imagine having no power, no running water, and it's freezing like hell outside. Stores are closed. The roads are probably, you know, inches high with snow. Your kids, your family's freezing. I cannot. But I'm also hearing about just the amount of support that people have been giving to the Texas residents. We had a lot of help from outside, from Guam coming in, from other Micronesian islands coming in to help, like literally rebuild our islands. We had people come from stateside to help. I can imagine, you know, the devastation of the reality of living in that, but also knowing that there are still really good people in this world willing to help others, you know? I should do lashes. It's been a while. I'm going to really try very hard not to use lashes once I start the Grande serums, because I really want to give it a fair shot. And me putting on lashes and being all like, hey, this is me using Grande Lash, and, you know, just giving it a full go, that's not fair. I wouldn't be giving it a fair shot if I'm putting lash glue on my lashes all the time and I run the risk of literally plucking out my eyelashes. So let's do this whilst we're not doing that one yet. This afternoon, once again, it's the weekend and I'm in charge of brunch. So today's brunch, I made dumplings, and I baked a Spam. I put it in the oven. Islanders, you know, some people don't understand Spam, but I think a lot of Islanders do. That's what you get when you're introduced to food that is supposed to just keep you sustained after a war on your land. And I've seen different flavors of Spam too. I've had some of my favorites, the regular one obviously, but my family gets the less sodium one. But there's the regular dark blue and then the light blue, which is less sodium. And then I've tried teriyaki, that was good, but I haven't seen it in a while. And hot and spicy, that stuff is good. Kind of tastes like Spam, and you put Tabasco in it. That's basically what it tastes like. I recently tried the tocino flavor. It's all right, but I still prefer the teriyaki one. Some ones that I've seen I haven't tried. Jalapeno, bacon. What's that brown one? There's a brown one. Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of the spam flavors. But yeah, I basically just popped that in the oven and let it bake as if it was a turkey, because I was also making some vegetable tempura and I was making the dipping sauces, had some eggs, beautiful. And rice, of course. Oh, so my appointment was basically for the doctor to go over the blood work with me. So I get my blood work done annually, and I was up for a lady test. So my lady exam turned out negative. Everything's good. I'm good for 5 years. And so yeah, I did that, but they wanted to go over my blood work with me because that's what they do. They sit you down and say, this is what the number is, this is what it should be, you're good, or you can do this to make it better. My blood work, everything is good. Not diabetic, my hemoglobin's good, everything is looking good except for one area, and that is my cholesterol. And it's not bad, it's just it's a little bit more than normal. And they basically told me, like, look, we know that from last year you gained a little bit of weight. Thanks. And I think the doctor was trying to make me feel good. She's like, well, it's not as much weight as I put on, but you know, you did gain weight. Yeah, I know that. She's the best doctor. I've never had a doctor quite like her, who makes me feel very comfortable and just really listens to me. But she basically said, like, there's no need for medication. Just lose a couple pounds and it'll just go back to normal, right? Like, just take care of watch what you eat and continue to exercise, because she knows I go to the gym. So it's like, yeah, so easier said than done. But I guess that brings me to, I guess we can just talk about, you know, weight update. Don't have to make a separate video about it, but I'm still going to the gym. That has never stopped since my last video about, you know, weight loss, weight gain, or whatever, you know, the topic of weight and exercise and diet. I have not stopped going to the gym. I continue to go to the gym. The gym will never be an issue for me. I don't mind going to the gym. I don't like it every time I go, but I am able to let myself go. Like, not, well, I guess both ways. But I have no problem just getting up regardless of whether I feel like I want to or not, and I go to the gym. When I'm there, I may not be in the happiest mood, but I can put in an hour's work at the gym, no issue. My issue is, and has always been, the food that I put in my mouth, because it tastes too delicious. Okay, I've always liked food. I mean, there's a reason why I've never been skinny in my entire life. But as for the past 2 weeks, I've been really controlling what I eat. Today was a little bit of a treat day. I didn't go crazy in terms of like the full day, but I did have a very big meal and I enjoyed it. But the past 2 weeks I've been really controlling my portions. I'm still going to eat the things that I want. I'm not going to stop myself from it, but the really bad stuff I'm going to just eat less of and less frequently. So basically it's just going back to what I used to do, you know what I mean? Just really not letting myself go. But in those past 2 weeks, I have lost a total of, I think, 4.5 pounds, which is pretty good. And I'm just hoping to continue that. You know, I've done it before. I know it's possible, but it was never meant to be easy. So taking it step by step. I have notes that I put on as my lock screen. It says no excuses, and then on my door before I leave there's a little note just to remind myself of, you know, making the better choices. So, and with that said, that is the finished makeup look. A full list of products for everything on my face. So even the stuff that I didn't show you, I will list down below. I will also be listing it on my Instagram, and that is where I post all of my makeup looks. If you're ever interested in a specific makeup look, just take note of what I'm wearing and the date of the video post and kind of skim through my Instagram account. You'll eventually find the photo with a full list of products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.